Due to the graphic nature of this program, viewer discretion is advised.
The main detectives on this case were Joe Burgoon and the first black homicide detective, Leroy Atkins. After weeks of investigating, no one ever claimed St. Louis's little Jane Doe, which was also known as Hope. 10 months later, they would lay little Jane Doe to rest. The funeral was attended by mostly the press, the chief medical examiner, and detectives. St. Louis Police Department began to search the St. Louis City School District for missing girls, but were unsuccessful. During this time, the crack era took its toll on the St. Louis area as urban decay spread like wildfire due to racial tactics placed in the black community. So missing children in our communities back then wasn't that uncommon. Although the murder was never solved, a few suspects were living in that area. In 1984, 28-year-old Michael Foote was arrested for the murder of his nephew, 10-year-old Alfred Foote. Alfred's body too was found with his head cut off in the 5600 block of Kennedy Avenue. After questioning Michael, they were unable to link the two murders. On October 27, 1986, Vernon Brown was arrested for the murder of 9-year-old Janet Perkins. Brown instantly became a suspect because he moved to St. Louis in 1983. Authorities would conclude that he would be charged with 6 counts of child molestation and for the murders of 9-year-old Kimberly Campbell, which happened in Indiana, and in the year 1980 for the murder of 19-year-old Sonetta Ford. Detectives believe he is responsible for 2 other murders, but it was never confirmed. There were some similarities in the cases in which Vernon Brown bound his victims. He was executed in 2005. He never cooperated or confessed to the killing of St. Louis's little Jane Doe. Detectives began to get so desperate that they reached out to psychics, in which some of them told them that the head was thrown in the Gulf Coast. They even reached out to the popular 90s show, Sightings, to get some clarity and answers. The psychic requested that he mailed the evidence to her. It was never recovered, and speculated that it was lost in the mail. 38 years later, this case is still left unsolved, and the St. Louis Jane Doe has never been identified.